Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life, and in today's video, I wanted to give you guys a recap of Sprint's quarterly earnings. It was an okay quarter for Sprint. They didn't do too great, but they didn't do too bad. They lost 118,000 postpaid subscribers, which sounds really bad, but they returned to prepaid growth with 180,000 net additions, so that kind of balanced out. They added 42,000 postpaid phone net adds, so they got a lot of growth left on that side. Lots of work to be done on the network. For the fiscal year in 2016, the net operation revenue increased to $33.3 billion. That grew for the first time in 3 years. So the cost cutting is helping them, and they're returning to growth on the net operating revenue. So they're trying everything in their power to get back to free cash flow and all that other good stuff. So I just wanted to point that out. So they lost a bunch of customers on the postpaid side, but the prepaid, it balanced out, and they're starting to return to net operation revenue growth. So they are trying everything they can in their power. So next, I wanted to point out one thing that I noticed. 45% of Sprint's customer base still doesn't have a cell phone device that can make use of two-channel carrier aggregation or three-channel carrier aggregation. I think this is really bad. Sprint's higher speeds are based off of the carrier aggregation, and 45% of their customer base still doesn't have a device that can make use of that technology. So Sprint has to figure out a way how to move most of these customers over to these devices so they can start using these devices to get faster speeds. That is really bad, and I think Sprint has to figure out some way to get these customers over to these devices. So I just wanted to point that out. I think that has been missed in a lot of quarterly reports. So next, this is what Sprint is calling the Magic Box. It's a FETMO cell, sort of like a signal booster for indoor and outdoor coverage. It does have a power cord. I know you can't see it. I think it works with a power cord, and you have to place it by a window. I don't think you need to be connected to the internet or anything like that, but it does increase indoor coverage and outdoor coverage. And I think for users in the surrounding area as well, not just you, but other users as well that have Sprint can connect to it if they're within that area. That's what I'm thinking. This is something that Sprint's been working on for quite some time, and this will also help them improve the network. Now, a few things that I wanted to note from the conference call. As I stated, Massa was on the call, and he did say once again that by the end of next year, Sprint will have the #1 or #2 network in the US. So that leads me to believe that they're only still going to focus on bigger cities and markets, well, mainly cities anyway, going forward. So there's no money really for expansion. The CapEx is set at about between 3.5 to 4 billion. He said they will also do this with spending less CapEx than the competition. So they are doing that, and I don't know. I'm not quite convinced just yet, especially how the network is performing here where I'm at. So I gave up my Sprint line. In the future, I will eventually get another Sprint line, but right now there's no need for it, in my opinion. There's other networks to test that are much better. Sprint only has one tower live here with band 41. The others that are scheduled for it still don't have the equipment on them. So it is a very slow rollout here. So I'm not quite convinced. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're convinced that Sprint can do this. And also if you're, if you like to travel or anything like that, Sprint is going to be a not so a great option on that. I know they do have service along interstates, but there are other options out there that have much better service for traveling purposes and all that. So it was a lackluster quarter for Sprint. Nothing too exciting. They gained about in the entire year what T-Mobile does in one quarter. So there's still lots of growth left for Sprint. Massa did say that he hopes the government is open to any kind of possibility for a merger, but he didn't really hint at anything that they have working right now, but they are open to talks. So definitely lots left to be desired from Sprint. I will definitely keep you guys up to date, and I appreciate all the support. Give these videos a thumbs up. It keeps me motivated, keeps me going. Like, share, subscribe. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.